Hey traders, John Howe here. So today what we're going to be looking at is obviously what's going on with the stock market. Gold has continued to have that bit of a drop in the markets, as I've been warning for the last couple of months, and it's been happening now for the last week, and it's probably going to be becoming a lot more severe. What's going on with the stock market right now, and what's going on with all these markets, and that's what I want to be getting into today, and some simple things you can do to start to apply this to give you the advantage of succeeding in this crazy volatile time in the market. So let's actually start off with the good old gold market from here. So one of the things that I see a lot of traders doing, and the biggest mistakes that I'm seeing right now when it comes to the good old, just the gold market or any market in general, okay, is this. One of the things that I'm seeing right now, and one of the things I saw this here, okay? I'm trying to think about this. How can I say this to serve you the most in today's video? One of the worst mistakes that I did and what I've done, and in fact, in that free trading course that I'm giving, link in the description there, the first video you get is the top 30 mistakes that I've made and how to overcome them. One of the biggest mistakes that I see most traders make, and what I did, is assigning a reason to why something is going to happen that is actually not based off facts, that is based off just a thought. Let me explain what I mean here. The amount of times that for the last month, maybe in a little bit longer, I've been warning people that now is the wrong time to be looking for a trading opportunity. Now, you must distinguish the difference between an investment and a trade. Most of you guys are traders of the markets, and maybe a few percent of you of people that watch my stuff are investors, meaning you buy, hold long term, okay? For you guys that are traders of the markets, the whole thing about this here was warning people that the reason why most people don't succeed in the markets is because they do this fundamentally wrong thing. And I was screaming to the mountaintops to stop people, trying to stop people from getting into gold. But I know right now there is a lot of people are hurting in gold right now, but they're very quiet. The reason why is because the amount of positive comments that I got, meaning saying I was wrong, I was wrong, I was wrong, I was wrong, saying that I was wrong. When this market was going up here, and I was giving warning signs to say that this is a massive warning signal, this whole period through here, I was telling traders to just be cautious about entering trades, because we're getting very, very close towards the end of this very big bull market in this phase through here. And I was saying that through there. And the amount of times I saw so many things saying, John, look, the market's going up again. You're wrong. Market's going up again. You're wrong. John, you don't understand. The central banks are buying this gold up to the upside. It's not going to pull back. The only way it's going to pull back is if the central banks sell, and it's not. And you see all this stuff here is just the wrong thing to do, right? And so what ended up happening through here, now we're getting a pullback. So we actually may get a little rise through here. We've still got the moving average went up. We may get a little rise through here, but it's probably going to falter. And then we'll probably see a lot more downside to come. So through here, and the reason why I know there's so many people that are hurting right now that didn't listen to me is for this one reason. A few weeks ago, there was so many people saying that I was an idiot, had no idea what I'm talking about because gold's up again. Now what I'm getting is I'm probably getting maybe now 20% of those people, maybe even 10% of those appearing in my comment section. The rest have disappeared. Why? Because now I guarantee you they're hurting in the markets. And so if we look at this gold market here, what is going on right now and what are we seeing right now? Okay, we are seeing, and this is what you want to do, is you want to see reality as it is. What is the facts about these markets? Not what you hope is going to happen. And I'm seeing so many people still to this day hoping this is going to keep going up. Look at the thing, see that thing right in front of your face. See this thing? It's called a chart. Okay, if I bring up the last, say, 10 years, this is the last 10 years of this thing called a chart. The way this chart moves is from the big boys getting in and getting out. The big boys who buy and sell and push these markets around, they're the people who create this thing called a chart, right? Now, since the big boys do the pushing and pulling of these markets, they leave footprints. And one of those easy, simple analysis footprints to understand, which is based off reality and not based off, an illusion or delusion in the markets, is this, right? The one thing we see right now is that we can see that whenever we do make a very big move to the upside and we get too far away from the moving average, we know that is a really bad time to be looking for a trading opportunity. Now, a trading opportunity, right? Meaning you're looking for a short-term situation. It's the worst time to get involved with it. The worst time. But what was I getting? Central banks are buying, John. That's the reason why gold's going up, right? But you've got to look at the reality of how these markets truly operate on a deepest level, right? And I know most of you guys who watch my videos understand this. Okay, I do know that. I do know what I hear is probably the 10% of the bumblebees that hop in my chat box and all that sort of stuff. Hey traders, just a quick heads up. I'm actually giving away free access to my Mastery Trading course for a limited time. If you go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be the first link in the description. The fact is that 80 to 90% of the stuff that you learn or you use on these trading platforms is a complete waste of time. And only about 5 to 10% of the stuff that you actually learn and use is going to move the needle in the positive direction for you. And that's over the last 20 years, I've put everything that has helped me move the needle in the positive direction in this here, and I've left everything else out. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now and grab complete free access to this Mastery Trading course. But most of you guys understand this, okay? You just see, look at the reality of this thing. Why? Because we want to see reality as it is so we can make good decisions. And what is the reality? The reality is people have been saying, John, you don't understand. Central banks are buying here. That's why gold's going up. Well, what happened through here for these 2 or 3 months? What happened here for these 2 or 3 months? What, central banks stopped buying in these times? So this is what could be happening here. Okay, so we're looking at these markets right now, and we're looking at gold right now, and we're looking at this gold going up to the upside. And as you can see, now we're starting to falter through here. And I know there's a lot of people are hurting, a lot of people losing money in gold right now because they're still buying it. I saw one person tell you that I bought on a short little update that I bought just recently, thinking gold was going to go back up, and it didn't, and the market's going down, right? So the simple thing to understand, guys, is bring up a weekly chart. If you trade the markets, bring up the weekly chart and bring up a simple, just call it a 20 moving average. Keep it really simple, just a 20 moving average, and zoom up the last 10 years. And if you start, and if 2 simple things I want to teach you here that's really going to rock it out for you. 1, if we have a move to the upside and it gets too far away from the moving average, that is a warning sign to not get involved with it. Don't get involved with it. You want to be here in 10 years time frame? Don't do stupid stuff that's going to give you a 20% success rate. Right? Because we do know that, yes, 20% of the time that thing is going to continue. And that's what's happened for the last few weeks. Now the music has stopped for the gold traders. And definitely in my comment section, right? I'm seeing this right now. The music has stopped. Right? So don't be smart. You be smart about the way that you trade in the markets. And then also, as we've seen through here, is as we can see, is that this, to me, guys, trading is just so amazing. I love trading so much because once you understand the stuff that I'm teaching you, you can stop getting into this bullshit that's going to lose your money. And it's like, do you know how that's good for me? I'm having a really good year this year. Oh, I love trading so much. Now I love trading so much. Why? Because of these simple things stops me from getting into bullshit that I shouldn't be getting in the first place. You know that. The only reason why most people lose money is because they get into things they shouldn't be in the first place. Because they want to get into something. With me, I'm just like this. I don't care how much I want to get into something. I'm stepping out. I'm getting out of this thing. I'm not getting into this thing. Right? And that's the only reason why most of you guys lose money right now. Or if you are losing money right now. Right? And I'm saying it time and time again. The FOMO and the lack of patience get you, quick, get it, it's going. But what happens when you have that feeling and thinking? Guess what? It's always the wrong time. Why? One simple thing to understand about these charts. And again, see this chart here for the last 10 years? That's what the big boys do in the markets. Now, what do the big boys? Let's look at reality, not what we hope, not what we think, not what we fear, not the economic data, not Tom Lee or David Hunter, or even this guy called John Howe, who's one of the greatest private traders on the planet, right? So, what is the big boys' facts about these markets? They do one simple thing. And if you understand this one simple thing, you will understand when a much better time to enter the market is. That is what? If we're looking at bull market phases or any market phases, what happens through here? And this is where, guys, if you understand this one simple thing, it can switch you on the positive side real quick for longevity in the markets. I promise you. I promise you this. Because look at the facts. Look at the chart. What is the one simple thing you know about these charts? Market go up for a while. Then we get to a point after we've gone up for a while that we end up getting a what? A bit of a drop. What's called a pullback for a while. Then we go up for a while. Then we do this for a while. Then the market goes in swings and rhythms, right? There's a swinging motion to this here. Market do not just go straight up. But the unfortunate thing, the reason why I'm seeing the reason why I was giving so much warning is, guess what? Look, market go up and then we have the pullback. Market go up, then we have the pullback. Market go up, then we have the pullback. Market go up, market go up, market go up. Guess what is going to come real soon? I don't know when, but if you're a trader of the markets, trying to get in up here is what? Ludicrous. Why? Not the singer Ludicrous, by the way. Because we know we're going to get one of these things. Do you see how amazing that one simple thing is? Is that, and how you know it's done this too much of a move to the upside, is it gets too far away from the moving average. That's your warning sign to say, I do not want to be getting involved with this thing. Right? And that's the reason why so many of the traders, 90% of you traders right now, won't be here 12 months time frame. I've been here since 2008 on YouTube. That's how long I've been trading, right? That's getting on close to what? No, well, actually, I've been trading a lot longer than that, but that's when I started doing my YouTube videos. Man, you guys can actually do that, right? If you go back and check my very first videos I did, I was like, hey, traders, this is John Howell here. And then blah, 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 blah. Right? Blah, 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 blah. But I'm telling you right now, guys, this is how you have longevity and success in the market. Why? Because while all the people, the amateurs right now, are piling in up here, firstly, they've disappeared. They're losing a lot of money right now because they're based on FOMO. I'm stepping back. I'm keeping my powder dry. And then when the next amazing trade comes along, guess what? I'm now my mind is calm. I'm not stressed because I'm not losing money. I'm not getting into bullshit that I shouldn't be getting into. And now guess what? Now I'm confident. Now I'm calm. And when that next amazing trade that I should get into comes around the corner, I'm ready. I go in on that. I'm heavy. I go full position. I make a lot of money on that trade. And I have an amazing trading year, right? So see how that works. Now, what ends up happening? You take some bullshit you shouldn't take, and you may know what a good setup looks like. You may know what a really good setup looks like. You're like, here we go. I'm looking for these trades. Here we go. You may know that, but then maybe you don't get maybe that setup doesn't appear for a few weeks, or maybe a month. And you start to get impatient. You're like, and then you let your FOMO take over. And guess what happens? You take the bullshit you shouldn't take. You know what I'm talking about. You end up losing money. And then when a really nice setup does come around that actually meets some sort of a plan of a criteria that you know that you should be looking for, or you may even be looking for, then guess what ends up happening? You are now not confident to take the trade you should have taken, and that runs on for profits. But there you are taking a bullshit trade you should have taken, and now your trade's flipped upside down. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about here. Right? And this is one thing I'm always doing with my coaching clients all the time, telling them to stop and slow down. Stop thinking about, right? I'm thinking about my trading. I'm thinking about December 31st this year in my trading account. And what I'm doing right now, is it going to lead to me looking back and saying, I have an amazing trading equity curve, right? And traders, for 2024, I had an amazing trading year. If in fact, that second link in the description, getjohntop.com. That's actually a form for my coaching. But on that page, I show you my real equity curve for 2024. I had an amazing 2024, right? I had some losing trades in there as well too, but I had an amazing 2024, right? So I do really well from trading, and I want to have an even better year than last year, right? Again, you can go check all that out with the link in the description. I'll show you my real equity curve. I'm a trader first and foremost. That's the reason why my trading and my coaching is so successful, is because I live, eat, and breathe this shit every single day myself, right? So I'm telling you right now, this here is a complete crappy. So this whole first bit of this video here is to give you the guidance around why, if you want to have longevity, not just be lucky right now. I don't want you to be lucky right now. I want you to be successful for the next 10 years, 20 years. I want you to be getting into the 6 figures per year, multiple 6 figures a year, and then eventually maybe even making 7 figures profits per year. And that requires you to having a proper step-by-step foundation where consistently showing up every day and doing the right things and not thinking about right now. Oh my goodness, right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, stop. Think about December 31st. And then December 31st, look back. What do I need to do every single day? That if I do this every single day, I know by December 31st, I'm going to have a really good year. That's how you have good years. People are like, I better get into the gold right now and try to make a... Stop, right? You're getting into bullshit. And you know it's bullshit. Stop it. No more bullshit. Get into really good, high quality trades and step back, right? And there we go from there, right? So that's what's happening there with the gold market. This is under the silver market, right? Silver market. And one of the things that one of the biggest things that I can tell you right now, guys, is whenever we're getting very high volatility in the markets, that is the worst time to be trading. The worst time. Run away from volatile markets. Why? Because once you get into that trade, guess what? It's going to be volatile because it already is volatile. Right? See, this is what I'm saying here, right? I like to get in nice, smooth price action, right? Nice, smooth, trending price action. I don't like this. No, not for me. I'm running away. Once again, why? When I get into a trade, I want nice, smooth continuation moves. But if the market's been very volatile and I suddenly get in and I'm getting whipped out of my stop losses, guess what? Of course that's going to happen when you're trading a volatile market. This is where I'm saying don't get into bullshit. And one of those things is up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, right? Here we go. Down, up, down, up, down, up. And this is where trading, oh my goodness, guys, trading is so amazing. Once you start to realize, like once you start to understand this sort of stuff, guys, it can really switch you on the positive territory and no longer being lucky anymore, right? And so what I like nice, smooth price action, right? I like a move up and then I like a nice sideways movement and then a back up again. See this here? It's no volatility. But we're not getting this. We're not getting this here, right? And big moves up and, right? Look at this here. Up and down and up and down and up, and look at the volatility from there. From a trading perspective, guys, run away, run away. Now, let's go have a look at this one right here. And one thing I want to share with you is the good old dollar. One of the things that I've been walking people through is this here, and I've been sort of bringing this up, is looking at the dollar. And one thing I've been talking about right now is get ready for a reversal in the dollar, which is going to put even more pressure on the downside for gold. Okay? And if you see what's been happening with the dollar lately, let me bring this slide up here right now. Oh, look at that. S&P 500 took a bit of nosedive, eh? Bit of a nosedive towards the end here, towards the right end on the futures market. Wonder what that's all about. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Anyway, so that's the gold market there. Continuing. Look at that move. Look at that move down, eh? Gold market. No. So that's the gold market from there. We can see here from the dollar market, from the dollar, US dollar here. Look what we're seeing through here. Right? We are starting to get what? We are starting to get that potential false breakout to the downside. Meaning we come down through here, we're holding now, and now it looks like we're starting to get a bit of a rise through here. We're getting that false breakout move to the downside or false breakdown, and then very, 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 very clearly on this weekly chart as well too. We broke down. I said this is probably going to be a bit of a false breakdown pattern or false breakout pattern. We're getting that right now. Been watching my videos for the last few weeks. You know I've been really talking about a few things here. One of those is get ready for a drop in gold. It's happening, right? So it's happening right now. I did warn you guys. Secondly, I'm talking to you about now we're actually getting the false breakdown, which is probably going to rise rise the dollar. And because the dollar's going to rise, that's going to put even more pressure on the gold market as well too. So it's all hand in hand, and we're getting that right now when it comes to that there. Let's actually go look at the actual stock market. And one of the really interesting things here that's starting to really, let me take off the volume here for a minute, is look at this here. This is my 52 moving average on my daily charts. And This is a really interesting point where we're at right now. We have rallied up. We are still in a downward trend and the moving average is trending down. So this is a bit of a like, what's going on here? What's going to happen here, right? And the reason why I say that is because we have this high. This still could be a lower high, right? And we've had this rally up. We actually still have this gap here. There's still a gap right here. And now there's another gap here. So is this just a rally before we start to see a move on the downside? The levels for me that I'll be really keeping a close eye on to say, I'd have to use this one right here. This will be the level from here. That one there. And then also we did actually have a break above. It looks like that level through there. So that'll be that level through there. What actually happens through there? So is this going to be a bit of a strong rally before we get a drop in the markets? Or what's going to happen here when it comes to that as well too? Let's actually go check out the S&P 500. The futures markets. That's the exact same thing from there. As you can see, really nice rally. Also, we can see on the NASDAQ cash as well too. Again, the big thing about the NASDAQ cash is, again, I'm just seeing this big gap here. It's interesting, isn't it? Like, we do eventually come back down. Even this gap here, right? We had a big gap here. This eventually came down and filled it. Big gaps definitely tend to get filled. This was a bit of a gap here and it end up coming down and get filled. So we do tend to actually fill these gaps most of the time. But again, this is just, it's a really interesting point what we're seeing right now, what's happening with the NASDAQ. NASDAQ had a bit of a gap up because of the earnings of the markets. But it's a really interesting time right now. And this is definitely, guys, one of the things about this stock market right now. And as we go to that's the S&P, that's the NASDAQ. And then we also look at the Dow. The Dow's the weakest one of the whole lot of them. We are still getting the moving average strongly trending down, right? That's strong trending down. So we're probably going to have a bit more downside to come, I would say. This is a high. We're struggling here on the Dow Jones. And we've just poked our head back above it here. That's actually a bit of a gap there. We haven't closed that yet. But we've been going up, but we're struggling when we're going up, right? So we're definitely struggling when we're going up. So traders, one thing I do say for the last thing of this video is now is the time to not be taking bullshit, okay? As you've probably been realizing yourself with this trade, I'm having a really good year this year. It's been a slow year, but I'm having another really successful year. Again, I show you my real equity curve for 2024 to show you my results for 2024, and I'm having a really good year, but I'm having a positive year this year, but I haven't taken many trades. And this year has been one of those years that it's required you to have a really good patience level and being okay not taking a trade sometimes for a few weeks or more until something really good sets up. Because those who don't have a trading plan, those who aren't disciplined, those who are trying to chase the markets, those who especially are not patient are getting their head handed to them today. By the way, traders, if you're serious about leveling up your trading, I've opened up 10 spots to my Inner Circle coaching program. This is where I share all my best trading strategies I trade every single day. You get access to my scans that I use all the time as well too. Every single week, I do a live weekly group coaching session for the Inner Circle group. And my whole goal there is to help you become a well-rounded master trader. Emotional management, trade management, letting your profits run, cutting losses short, and all the different discipline, patience, all the different areas to help you become a well-rounded master trader. And also, you get access to an exclusive committed group of all the Inner Circle group so you can communicate with them. And that's our private Inner Circle group as well too. But this is what I want you to do right now. This is only application only. We're only looking for committed traders. And if you're ready to go, then that's for you. There should be a link in the description there, or go to getjohntop.com right now. Go fill out the application form. It's only for the first 10 only, because I like to keep the group really small. So go there right now. Go to getjohntop.com right now. Go fill out the application form, and I will personally be speaking to you on the phone, and we'll go from there to see if you're a good fit for what I'm looking for. Speak to you soon, traders.